album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter.
Yeah.
And to all my peoples in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby.
Check.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic.
Hey there, welcome to the locker room. Coach Arias here. Today's message is work ethic. The difference between good and great. So I read this book before and it talked about how some companies went from good to great and what separated those. I'm here to tell you about how people go from good to great. You might have a certain amount of talent that'll take you so far, certain things that'll get you to good. And good is the enemy of great because you start feeling comfortable. You start feeling like you're doing all right. I'm paying my bills. I'm doing pretty good. Life is pretty good. I could just coast here. We can't be great in that state. It'll never happen. It takes work ethic and a relentless work ethic. The more that I'm around people that are successful, the more that I see the ones that separate themselves have a relentless pursuit of work ethic on a daily basis. From my chiropractor, Dr. Finn, to my partner in the red zone, Maurice Claret. These guys just up early in the morning, grinding. These are the only ones one of the only ones I can communicate with at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Grinding. Success leaves clues. It's not your business. It's not your school that's hard. It's not your business that's too hard on people. It's not your coach that's too hard on you. It's none of that stuff. It's called success. And if you want success, it takes an animalistic type of work ethic to separate yourself. You're going to have to get up early, hit the weights, grind. You're going to have to rehab when you get hurt in sports. You're going to have to stay up late and study in school. You're going to have to sacrifice time away from things. Success is rented, and the rent is due every day. So sometimes people think that they get to a destination and they can stop. I plan on having a continuous growth plan until the day that God calls me home and I take my last breath. Success is rented. You can't get there and then own it. You got to rent it. You got to rent it every day. Every day it's due, especially when you're on the come up. So if you want extraordinary results, you cannot have an ordinary work ethic. Get away from people and block your ears from people that tell you that you're overworking. You're working too much. Blah, 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 blah. There's some truth to that. You still got to take care of yourself here and there. You have to make sure that you cut out time to take care of yourself, take care of your family. I agree with that. But most of the time, people that say this, it's way more time than what you really should be taking at the level that you're currently at. If you're not where you need to be right now, you don't need all these long breaks. I remember I didn't take vacations for years until this deal was built, until everything was built. Get up early, be disciplined enough to know what you want now or what you want later is going to take a sacrifice of ignoring what you want now. What do you want most in life down the road? Give up now what you want most for what you want most in life down the road. We got to get back to our ancestors' work ethic. Like if you go up 2, 3 generations from people that came in, immigrants on the boat, people that I know, my grandfather's not even from this country. My great-grandfather came over on a boat as well. And then all the way to the slaves. Look at what people sacrificed. Look what people gave up. Look how hard people worked. You hear stories of back in the day how people would walk to work with a lunchbox in the cold. Well, how did you get there? People would walk to school in the snow, in the rain, and walk home. They had this sense of toughness about them. Where is this stuff going? If you can put the knowledge that you got and the skill sets that you have together with that old school mentality, that immigrant, that old school, that couple generations up from my generation, that old school work ethic, oh man, you won't just be special, you won't just be successful, you can be significant. Significant to the point where when you die, people are still talking about you. A piece of you still lives because of what you did. And that takes a little bit of a grind. So significant people work hard. They work harder than everybody else. If you want to build something, it's a little bit different than maintaining something. So let's build something great. Build something great today. Ignore the naysayers. Ignore the thought in your mind that you're overworking, you're working yourself too hard. Compare yourself to the greats and understand that it takes an above average, it takes a great, sickening, freaked out work ethic to do something special. That's the difference between good and great. Let's be great. Thanks for joining us this week in the locker room. Looking forward to seeing you next week.